we turn our focus to corruption in the healthcare systems.
GSK had been selling drugs to Uganda for its anti-malaria campaign. However, accusations broke out that GSK was in fact bribing Uganda government officials to take the drugs. Initially, when confronted with this issue, both Uganda and GSK blamed one another, claiming to be innocent.
I would just like to point out that although the previous statements I made have been to attack GSK, and GSK has made statements to attack me, after discussing with each other, we both recognize there are corruption that is outside of our control. We both want to work together to improve transparency.
We're going to do an inquiry into the event and to really figure out what happened and who was implicated.
Further discussion is necessary.
Once the investigation has reached a conclusion and has determined the third party who is at fault for such corruption, both Uganda and JSK promise that consequences will be faced and that measures to prevent such corruption issue to unfold again will be taking place. None have been proposed at the time since the investigation is still as reported.
Charlote Haras here from BBC News. Today in the European regional bloc, we saw that Italy pushed forward a mandate to include NGOs as an oversight for battling corruption within countries. We interviewed Ireland on this point to clarify its stance. Would you say that you are aligned with Russia or Italy?
Particularly because Ireland has faced significant issues within government itself. As opposed to at the level of healthcare systems, what has been more prominent is corruption within the overseeing governmental body. In that sense, Ireland's stance pertaining to Italy's suggestion, we completely agree in the sense that we would like to see measures that are taken to disincentivize individuals at the highest levels of government from acting in a corrupt manner, and furthermore, trying to address what exactly incentives are currently in place for them to act in that manner.
Charlote Haras for BBC News. Today's events demonstrated a continued scandal between China, MSF, and Merck. New developments from MSF have accused China of providing doctor-patient confidential information to Merck to allow them to provide personalized targeting towards patients for specific drugs.
Well, I mean, we were just briefly mentioning that you may have played a role in influencing Merck & Co. But we thought you might have an influence on them with the recent scandal that was going on.
I have received insight from someone, and this is what you said. You said, blah, 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 the Chinese Ministry of Health has done all these things in association with Merck and Frost to give these clinical trials, and you completely support it. And then you go on to say that in the event that any of these practices go astray or any of these are not actually warranted or good, then just blame the United States of America just because. Who else did you say you would blame in here? The United States, the foreign media, or MSF?
I don't see a signature on there, and I don't see any sign that that's from the government of China. So
I believe that those are your initials at the very beginning. This is clearly your letter.
China and Merck have denied these accusations. MSF has provided no hard evidence, but says that statistically the number of patients coming to them desiring Merck's products is extremely unlikely.
Note that he gave to me threatening us of a third world war.
A Canadian delegate has gone on record saying that they believe Merck and the U.S. are both innocent of such corruption and that China is to blame.
Merck has been involved in quite a few of these little scuffles now with involved in the United States and with China. And China seems to be trying to distance itself from the blame, so they seem to be putting blame on other countries.
Do you believe that all corruption blame is solely on China then?
Yes. Maybe.
Maybe. This is Charlote Haras from BBC News, breaking story from Africa.
Somalia's legitimacy in this conference has come into question as the delegate from Cameroon was taken hostage this morning by Somali pirates. This show of clear corruption makes us wonder whether Somalia can be truly trusted in his working paper after this clear sign of corruption. Luckily, the delegate from Cameroon was able to escape and is now present.
Charlote Haras from BBC News reporting on the developments within Africa in association with European countries. Africa, particularly Central African Republic, has reported to BBC that a coalition has been formed amongst the majority of African countries. This coalition is working together to push forth their amendments and a specific paper which will be discussed amongst all regions of the world.
What we're looking to do is come up with a series of initiatives for this coalition to tackle, to allow Africa to develop from the inside out with the assistance of foreign countries.
Approximately 15 European countries have agreed to support African countries in their exercise. Italy, amongst other European countries, have confirmed that Western European countries are indeed involved in tactics to support Africa. Plans to create boards to provide expertise towards Africa are being set up. However, rumors that funding will be provided towards Africa has not been confirmed. Meanwhile, Russia, which has reached a compromise once more with Italy on their ideals, is wary of international regulation and warns Africa.
I believe that the use of international regulation should be considered very, very carefully.
This is Charlote Haras reporting for BBC News. Good night and good luck.